Steelers at Soldier Field.
Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News Sunday.
Thank you for being with us tonight. I'm Dawn Hasbrook. With that win, the Bears remain in first place in the NFC North. They had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter and barely hung on. Tina Nguyen is here in studio to break it all down. The Bears making just enough plays once again, Tina.
Yeah, Dawn, it's been a theme for the Bears lately, finding ways to win. Entering today, 3 comeback wins in the last 3 weeks and 5 fourth-quarter comeback wins this season, tied with the Denver Broncos for most in the NFL. But even without having to face Aaron Rodgers, the Bears defense was missing several starters due to injuries, 5 to be exact. How could they possibly get it done today? We'll show you the highlights here. As we go out to Soldier Field, no Aaron Rodgers for the Steelers, so Mason Rudolph gets a start at QB early first quarter. Rudolph looking down the sideline for DK Metcalf, but Nashawn Wright with a one-handed interception. Check this out again. Wright's 5th pick of the season ties him with his teammate KB for the NFL lead. Things started to fall apart, though, for Caleb Williams and the Bears in the second, tied at 7. Caleb Williams taking too long in the pocket, sacked by TJ Watt and fumbles. Steelers recover in the end zone for a TD. Take another look, though. That's Caleb's first fumble since week 8 against the Saints. Bears down 21-17 at the half, third quarter. Bears facing here 3rd and 6. Caleb Williams to an open DJ Moore for a 25-yard score. Love to see that connection. 1 of 3 touchdown passes for Williams. Bears take a 24-21 lead. Next Steelers drive, Rudolph sacked by Montez Sweat and fumbles. Bears recover. Sweat with 2 sacks, almost had 3 today. 6.5 now over his last 6 games. Ensuing Bears drive, 3rd and goal on the 2. Kamadungai, the rookie man, runs it in for the touchdown. I love to see it. Bears now up 31-21. Steelers would pull within 3. One last chance on 4th down. Rudolph's pass is tipped at the line by Jaquan Brisker. Bears hold on to win 31-28. They've now won 4 straight and 8 of their last 9.
The easy thing is to say, woe is me, and our guys didn't do that. They just stepped up and kept battling through. It happens to most teams each season, too, where your depth gets tested, and it just so happens it was this week for us.
Ben preaches us fighting in those close games, and it's just not the same old Bears.
We're an 8-3 team in the National Football League, and so we feel good where we're at, but we do got to get better. And I would say, yeah, we don't feel like we're the same old Bears. We pull through for each other when it matters most.
Yeah, I kind of like hearing that. Not just the same old Bears, 6 games to go. And the Bears still have 3 divisional matchups right on the schedule. 2 against the Packers, but first their toughest test of the season, the defending Super Bowl champions, the Eagles, Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. By the way, right here on Fox 32 Chicago, we'll bring you Bears Game Day live at noon, and stay with us after the game for full post-game coverage as well. Later in sports, more reaction from inside the Bears locker room, and a very special treat for you tonight. We'll leave you with a song in your heart. Dawn.
Ooh, looking forward to that. Thanks, Tina. Let's take a live look outside and check in on our forecast. That is a picture, isn't it? Beautiful. Chief Meteorologist Emily Walls is in the Weather Center. I think we can handle this now, 50s, not so bad, Emily.
Yeah, not so bad with the 50s, but that's going to change, Dawn, in a really huge way later on this week. So for those of you that are going to be doing some traveling for Thanksgiving, I think you're going to be fine through the majority of this week until Friday. But then on Saturday and Sunday, there's actually going to be a storm system that we're watching very closely that could be bringing us some snow to the region. But today it was gorgeous. We ended up seeing sunshine. We had highs that were topping out in the mid-50s. Your forecast low temperatures tonight, we're going to be dropping down into the low to mid-30s for most of the suburbs and outlying areas. But in the city, closer to the lakefront, that's where we're going to be seeing those temperatures in the upper 30s. Now, your out-the-door forecast for Monday, temperatures are going to be in the mid-30s when we wake up. I think by 10, we're going to be right around 43 degrees. And then eventually tomorrow, we're counting on those highs that are going to be right around 50. And then going into your Tuesday, we're going to be in the mid-50s. Strong cold front's going to come through, and that's going to bring in some major changes by the middle of this week. So on Wednesday, we're going to have temperatures during the day that are actually dropping into the 30s. And then that's going to set the tone for the rest of this Thanksgiving week, taking us into this upcoming weekend. It gets cold. We're talking lows in the 20s, highs only in the 30s. Dawn, I will have the extended forecast for you. I don't know if you're going to love to see it, but I'll have it coming up.
I know, we've been warned. Thanks, Emily. Cook County Crime Stoppers offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in connection with the 2 shootings in the Loop Friday night. A 14-year-old boy died and 8 others were wounded in a pair of shootings. The first happened near the Chicago Theater at about 10 Friday night. The second one near Adams and Dearborn Streets about half an hour later. The youngest victim, just 13. The shootings took place as huge crowds packed downtown for the Christmas tree lighting in Millennium Park. Investigators have linked these shootings to teen takeovers. No one is in custody in connection with the shootings. Now to Aurora. Police have confirmed that a deadly shooting at a restaurant there last night was an instance of domestic violence. The restaurant was open today, but the doors opened later than usual at 3 in the afternoon. It normally opens at 7 in the morning. A man and woman were killed and another was wounded during a shooting at Two Brothers Roundhouse just after 9 last night. Police say the man who is believed to be the shooter is among those who died. They say all 3 people appeared to know each other. We spoke to one woman who ate at the restaurant today.
I didn't really know about it, but anything could happen anywhere, and you just can't be afraid to go out.
The restaurant posted on Facebook that it remains fully committed to providing a safe, welcoming, and comfortable experience for all. They will continue their regular hours on Tuesday. And Chicago police are looking for 2 suspects who were involved in sexually assaulting a woman on the north side. Take a look. They released these images of the men. Police say the victim and her friend were walking in Ravenswood Manor Friday night when the suspects chased after them. They say one of them threatened the victim at knife point. The other suspect then dragged a victim into an alley and sexually assaulted her at gunpoint. If you have any information about this, contact Area 5 detectives. 2 people injured, 2 others in a crash on DuSable Lakeshore Drive. 2 people were killed, we should say. Police responded to the scene at about 4:30 this morning. They say a man driving a Kia sedan was traveling southbound when he hit a Chevy sedan. 2 people in the Chevy were killed. The driver and a passenger in the Kia were each taken to the hospital in stable condition. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. And 2 officers taken to the hospital after someone crashed into their squad car on the north side this morning. The crash happened in the 6200 block of Northwestern Avenue. Police said the officers were driving northbound when a Toyota sedan driven by a 26-year-old man disregarded a traffic light and hit the squad car. The 2 officers in the squad car were taken to the hospital in serious condition. The driver of the Toyota was hospitalized in stable condition. Police say tickets are pending. People rallied around a business in Bronzeville today. It was an effort to support them and others in the community that have been burglarized recently.
We have to make sure we're supporting, because if we don't support, nobody else will.
Early Walker of ENR Towing encouraging people to support Sean Michelle's ice cream after a break-in days ago. The first 100 kids getting a free cone. The owner thankful.
Most importantly, I was really grateful to God, because it could have been much worse. And it just showed me that we have so much more work to do in the community, just to make our community a decent and a better place to live.
His shop is not alone.
We are doing the same thing at the 43rd location for Sip and Savor today. The first 100 people are going to receive a cup of coffee.
Sip and Savor Coffee Shop and Ain't She Sweet Cafe on 43rd also burglarized recently.
I'm inspired, I'm fired up, I'm more charged than ever before. I'm not condemning. It just showed me I got to do more work to help be a beacon of light with Sean Michelle's, a beacon of hope and a beacon of inspiration for all of those who might think that there's no other way out. I just want them to know that it is. And so it's never, ever too late to turn it around.
They're calling for the community to continue to step up.
It's bigger than coffee, it's bigger than ice cream. You know, it's with the intentions of the community coming out support, and also with the community spending dollars and being intentional about where we spend our dollars. I mean, we have our own Starbucks. It's Sip and Savor. We have our own Baskin Robbins. It's Sean Michelle, right? And so when these businesses get attacked, it's personal.
Sean Michelle's hoping they can continue to stay in business.
All right.
Much love, much love, much love.
All right.
My man.
Yes, sir.
The investigation into the burglaries continues. And now to the latest on the war between Russia and Ukraine. Secretary of State Marco Rubio discussing a peace plan with European leaders in Switzerland today. President Trump presented a 28-point plan that would require Ukraine to limit the size of their military and give up more territory to Russia. Critics say it is too favorable to Russia. Those talks happening, Russian strikes in Ukraine continue. Tonight, at least 4 people were killed and 17 others hurt after Russian drones struck a city there. Ukrainian officials say 3 residential buildings also caught fire. Despite this, Rubio says that peace talks are going well.
We have a very good work product that was already built on a foundation of input from all the relative parties involved here, and we were able to go through some of those items now, point by point, and I think we've made good progress.
Earlier in the day, President Trump wrote on social media that Ukraine had expressed a lack of gratitude for the help the U.S. has provided. He had set a Thursday deadline for Ukraine to accept the peace proposal, but Rubio says it's fluid. Holy Name Cathedral celebrated its 150th birthday today. A special liturgy taking place this afternoon. The cathedral was dedicated on November 21st, 1875. The original Church of the Holy Name was destroyed in the Great Chicago Fire of 1871, but the church was rebuilt and dedicated 4 years later. Still ahead on the news at 9. The Bears have had a ton of success recently, and Deshaun Wright has been a major part of it. Up next, the touching tribute he had for his dad and a coach taken too soon.
Goodman.
Got a throw down the left sideline, going up for Metcalf. Great job of defending and intercepting the ball. It's Deshaun Wright, the young man wearing number 26, keeps making plays.
Yep, Wright recorded his 5th interception today against the Steelers and leads the league alongside Kevin Byard. On his wrist, he has written 2 names on tape, his dad's and junior college coach John Beam. Beam was killed in a shooting more than a week ago. You may have heard about it. As Cassie Carlson shares, if it wasn't for Coach Beam, Wright may not be here today.
Byard steps in front of the throw. Bears take it away. Oh, intercepted at the down.
They say takeaways come in bunches. The Bears are a testament to it, with 3 players at the top of the league in interceptions: Kevin Byard, Tremaine Edmonds, and Deshaun Wright.
This team means a lot to me. It's probably the one and only team who actually gave me an opportunity to play and stuck with me through the ups and downs of this season.
Deshaun Wright got his 4th interception of the season, Week 11 against the Vikings, the team who cut him before he signed a 1-year deal with the Bears in the spring.
My journey just to get to where I'm at now, not playing as much with the Cowboys, being traded from the Cowboys, being cut, everything that I've been through, just up until that point. So it was just a collective of everything.
Snap back, four-man rush.
Everything happens for a reason, and it just lined up perfectly. JJ threw the ball up, and I was able to come down with it, and it was super meaningful, super emotional. Yeah.
After his pick in the end zone, Wright dropped to one knee.
I made a promise to myself that if that were to happen, that I was going to remember him and honor him because he said every game that he watched that I got a pick. So I just had a feeling that he was there with me, kind of just being with me throughout that game. And so yeah.
On Thursday, November 13th, Nashawn Wright got news that would change his life.
John Beam of Laney College, the athletic director there, died as the result of a shooting described by many as a mentor and a father figure to the thousands of players he helped over the years.
We're ready. Go, break this up.
Wright's junior college coach, John Beam, was shot and killed on the Laney College campus. He was just 66 years old. Without him doing what he did for me and my brother, who knows where I'd be right now. So yeah, that's what I think about a lot. I think that's what makes me super emotional, and just the way that we lost him. Yeah, I mean, Beam, he did a lot. Beam was more than a coach to so many, including Wright and his younger brother, Rajon. When they lost their dad to gun violence in 2017, Beam was the one to step in with a knock on the door that changed the course and outlook of Wright's life. I lost my dad, so I was just kind of lost, super emotional, and at that time I was still battling whether I wanted to play football. And the first thing he just said was, what would your dad want? And from that point on, we just gelled, and I think he made it a point to kind of step in our lives and like direct us and help us. So yeah, I mean that moment right there meant a lot.
When he asked what would your dad want, what was your answer?
He would want me to play football.
Down the sideline right. He is history, baby. Touchdown Bears and a pick six for Nashawn Wright.
I spoke to Beam literally the night before, and we were just talking about my journey and up to where I was, like to that point, what I had done, and how he was proud of me. And Beam did a lot.
Nashawn Wright, baby, he did it again.
I'm gonna take that ball back home and give it to his family, because that one was for him. After the game, my mother, she read me a text message from Beam's wife, and she said that Beam was super proud of us, and that she's sure that he'll continue to whisper in our ear. So I gained an angel. Yeah.
Well, we're just 4 days away from Thanksgiving, but those family dinners could... Oh, I guess we're tossing to weather right now.
You are.
Hi, Emily.
Hello.
There you are.
Well, if you want to talk about dinner, you're talking about cold turkey.
What?
Because it's going to be very cold,
really cold
on Thanksgiving. That's right.
By the way, we should be thawing our turkeys, I hear.
Well, I hear that too. I wouldn't know because
You're not cooking it.
I'm not cooking it. I ordered it. That's right. All right, 5-day forecast for you here as far as temperatures go. We are in the 50s the next couple of days. 50 degrees tomorrow, so slightly cooler than where we were today in the mid-50s. Mid-50s again on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, we're going to be on the backside of a pretty strong cold front. And this temperature of 42 degrees that you see here on Wednesday, I think we're actually setting that during the early morning hours and then dropping into the 30s during the day. So it's going to get cold later this week, and you may be thinking, okay, low 30s, that's not all that bad, but it is running about 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. It's a little more typical of late December, early January to see high temperatures that low than it is this time of November. So your temperatures out there right now ranging everywhere from 29 degrees in Rockford up to the 40s in Chicago still, 41 degrees at O'Hare, same thing in Gary, 38 in Merrillville, and it's 30 degrees currently in Aurora. Here's where we're headed. So futurecast temperatures taking us throughout the rest of this evening and tonight. Notice how temps are going to be dropping down to the lower 30s across most of the suburbs, mid to upper 30s in the city. And then through the day tomorrow, we see increasing cloud cover. Spotty showers are possible during the afternoon and evening. So if you have some travel plans on Monday, you may be running into some showers, but at least it's in the form of rain, so it really shouldn't be causing too many travel impacts on Monday. Showers are going to linger through Monday night, likely through at least half of the day on Tuesday as well. For tonight, 38, we'll have south-southwesterly winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. 5-day forecast tomorrow, 50 degrees, chance of showers during the afternoon. Best chance of rain is going to be here Monday night through the first half of the day on Tuesday. Tuesday, we're still mild. Then falling temperatures on Wednesday, Thursday for Thanksgiving, 33. And then notice your low temperatures. So if you're one of those Black Friday shoppers on Friday, you're going to be waking up to temperatures that are only in the low to mid 20s. And then during the afternoon, we're only warming up to about 32. Dawn.
Thursday's for the birds, if you know what I mean.
It is for the birds.
33. I don't know, Emily. Well, we are just 4 days away from Thanksgiving, by the way. Those family dinners can also lead to people getting sick. An infectious disease doctor shares the best ways to stop the spread of germs. And Donald Glover revealing the scary health reason he had to cancel his tour last year.
It's the
While there's no place like home for the holidays, you might miss out on spending Turkey Day with friends and family this year if you get sick. Krista Mayo spoke with an infectious disease doctor on the best ways to stop the spread of germs.
With Thanksgiving approaching, many people might be showing gratitude for their health. But with weather getting cooler and folks planning to attend more indoor functions, doctors say the chances for catching respiratory illnesses are going up. Young children, the elderly, and those with compromised immune systems can face higher risks. But there's some strategies to help keep your body's defenses strong.
If you haven't gotten your flu vaccine, get it, as well as your COVID vaccine.
Besides staying up to date with vaccines, many doctors are stressing the importance of sticking to a solid sleep schedule, even though it can be hard if you'll be traveling a lot.
If you're feeling less tired, you're not going to be getting as sick.
And if you're taking public transportation to your holiday destinations, using hand sanitizer and wearing a face mask can add extra protection.
In case you are sitting beside someone that might be starting to cough a lot, you don't know if they're getting over an illness or coming down with an illness.
Hosts can also leave windows cracked for extra airflow and encourage their guests to frequently wash their hands. But if you or someone you know is feeling sick,
you don't want to be the reason that a whole gathering of people get sick afterwards. So if you are sick, stay home.
Meanwhile, doctors also say regular exercise could be a great way to de-stress and strengthen your immune system this season. Chris DeMeo, Fox News.
Rapper and actor Donald Glover is going into detail about the health issues that forced him to cancel his tour last year. Glover says he suffered a stroke while performing in Louisiana as part of his New World Tour. He says he went to the doctor after he had a really bad pain in his head and couldn't see well. Glover says not long after the stroke, he says doctors found a hole in his heart and he had to have surgery for that. He canceled his tour last year after performing only 18 shows, and he hadn't provided specific details about why until now. And John F. Kennedy's granddaughter has announced she has terminal cancer. Tatiana Schlossberg wrote an essay in The New Yorker and said that she has been diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. Doctors told her she has less than a year to live. The 35-year-old is the daughter of Caroline Kennedy. Schlossberg says she received her diagnosis last year on the same day she gave birth to her daughter. Still ahead, a former CPS student who says he was abused by a gym teacher is sharing his story publicly now. What he has to say as a legal battle against the suspect drags on. Emily.
And we're tracking rain that's going to return to your forecast tomorrow, mainly during the afternoon, but it's going to linger into Tuesday. And this is all coming along because of a very strong cold front that's going to really change the forecast by the end of the week. Those details coming up.
Fox Local.
We're following several top stories tonight. Cook County Crime Stoppers is offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in connection with the two shootings in the Loop Friday night. A 14-year-old boy died, and 8 others were wounded in a pair of shootings in the area. The first happened near the Chicago Theater at about 10 Friday night. The second one near Adams and Dearborn Streets about half an hour later. The youngest victim, just 13. Police in Aurora have confirmed that a deadly shooting at a restaurant there last night was an instance of domestic violence. A man and woman were killed and another wounded during a shooting at Two Brothers Roundhouse just after 9 last night. Police say the man is believed to be the shooter. He's among those who died. They say all 3 people appear to know each other. And Chicago police are looking for 2 suspects who were involved in sexually assaulting a woman on the north side. They released these images of the men. Police say the victim and her friend were walking in Ravenswood Manor Friday night when the suspects chased after them. They say one of the suspects threatened the victim at knife point. The other then dragged the victim into an alley and sexually assaulted her at gunpoint. A former CPS student alleges in court documents that he was sexually abused for several years by a PE teacher at his elementary school. And now he's talking about it. The Board of Education settled with the man, who is now an adult, earlier this year, but a civil case against the accused perpetrator is still going on. Casey Cronus has the TV exclusive.
While CPS settled for $1.1 million with that former student over the summer, that man who wishes to remain anonymous and who we are calling John Doe wants his story heard. We've made several attempts to reach the PE teacher who we're told no longer works for CPS and his attorney, but are still waiting to hear back.
It's just something that never leaves you. It's just always there.
John Doe shares it's something that still weighs heavily on him. According to a civil complaint filed last year, Doe says he was abused by Isaac Vega sexually, physically, and mentally beginning in the mid-90s. Doe went to Carl von Linne Elementary School on the city's northwest side, and that's when documents allege Vega started grooming the boy. At the time, he was in 6th grade and tells us he and his family were in a vulnerable spot.
My mom was extremely ill. My father passed at a very young age, and he saw an opportunity to take advantage, and he did.
The complaint goes on to say that Vega, who was a gym teacher at the school, gained the boy's trust, and roughly 1 year later, the alleged abuse started.
It was everywhere. And when I say everywhere, it was school, it was home, it was car. To this day, it's really difficult. I drive all over the city every single day for work, and I have to make multiple pit stops in different locations. And some of those pit stops are places that he actually abused me in a car.
Doe's attorney, Mark Brown, says his client was manipulated and states in court documents that the abuse lasted roughly 5 years.
As a 12-year-old, and you're looking for that stability in your life, you can see how a vulnerable child of that age is going to be susceptible to an older male figure for at least a year, providing you guidance, providing you assistance, helping you in sports, sort of mentoring you at the school you're in, and then when that person has gained your confidence, taking advantage of it.
Doe originally filed this civil suit back in 2019. Brown says part of why his client wanted to speak out now was to prevent this from happening again.
That concern is one of the reasons why we're going to trial against him, is so that he will be exposed, and maybe someone else in the future will be prevented from going through what our client went through. He wants to make sure that people know what a monster this guy is.
An assignment hearing in the civil case against Vega is scheduled for December 1st.
I want to be able to look him in the eye, let him know once again, like I just said, that he didn't break me, that I turned into, a pretty, I think, remarkable young man.
In a statement, CPS tells us they are committed to building a safe learning environment for all students. Again, we made several attempts to reach Vega and his attorney for a response to these allegations, but did not immediately hear back. At this time, there are no criminal charges filed against Vega. Reporting downtown, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
Let's switch over to weather now. I always crack jokes this time of year. And that forecast on Thursday is foul.
It's foul?
Turkey Day.
Sure is.
30s?
30s. So average for this time of the year is low 40s. So we're not way off from average, but I mean, it's cold. We're going to be waking up in the 20s on Thursday and Friday. But this time of the year, you can, if you need an extra freezer for your ice cream or your treats, your pies.
So many people get out on that day. They'll play football outside and, just take walks.
Yeah.
They're going to be shivering.
Shivering, and have fun with that if you're going to be outside. And then on Black Friday, it's going to be very cold on Black Friday, too. We're going to be starting off in the low to mid 20s. Wouldn't be surprised if a couple of the suburbs actually start off in the teens. So be prepared for that late this week. Your temperatures out there right now ranging from the 30s into the low 40s. Tonight, most of us are going down to the low 30s. We'll be in the upper 30s in the city tonight. And your out the door forecast for tomorrow, whether you're stepping out during the morning, the midday hours, or even into the afternoon, temperatures likely going to be in the 40s for the majority of the day. I think we will be able to touch 50 going into the afternoon hours. So we have a high of 50 degrees tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies, chance of rain showers during the afternoon and evening. That's going to linger through midday on Tuesday. But then on Tuesday, it's still going to be mild even after that cold front moves through. But that changes in a big way by Wednesday. High of 42. That's in the early morning hours. Then we drop into the 30s during the day. Tina.
All right, Emily and Tina Lynn next in sports. The Bears were down not one, Not 2, not 3, but 5 starters on defense and down at halftime. But like head coach Ben Johnson says, they never let it rest. Plenty more reaction from inside the Bears locker room after a gut check win that keeps the Bears on top of the NFC North. That's next in sports.
Stream.
Here we are towards the back half of the season, and our depth is being tested. All right? It would have been so easy to walk. Man, how are we going to win this game? We got no linebackers. What are you talking about? We got no linebackers. How are we going to win this game? You guys don't bat an eye. Good, better, bad. Good, better, bad. Never let it rest. Never let it rest. Good gets better. Good gets better. Any better gets better. Any better gets better. Bears on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bears.
I mean, doesn't that just make you smile? The sweet sound of Ben Johnson's good, better, best speech after, of course, a Bears victory. The Bears have made late-game magic a habit. 4 comeback wins in the last 4 weeks and 5 fourth-quarter rallies this season. But today, even with the banged-up defense, man, that was missing several starters. And by the way, ended up losing 2 more guys. The Bears somehow, some way, still found a way to finish the day with another win. Cassie Carlson has more from Soldier Field.
Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers played the game all week, leaving his status up in the air heading into Sunday morning. But when it mattered, it was the Bears who came away with the win. Despite being down 6 defensive starters, multiple players stepped up. And as quarterback Caleb Williams said, you don't apologize for how you win.
You don't ever get used to winning. It's one of the best feelings in the world, and so you don't get used to it. I think y'all just kind of came in a little late. Everybody was dancing and having fun, going around shaking hands, celebrating and congratulating each other and showing appreciation to each other.
Really proud of the guys. Thought they did a phenomenal job just responding. I knew we were decimated in certain areas, and yet it's easy the easy thing is to say, woe is me, and our guys didn't do that.
Culture, you know what I mean? We've been faced with a lot of adversity all year, whether if it's injuries, close games, just a lot of different scenarios, and I think we're able just to fight through that.
It wasn't no jealousy or anything like that. It was just like everyone just wanted to get that win, that 1-0 feeling, and just to be out there and end the game on defense and like just feel that support and love from everybody, from the coaches to the players to the support staff and everybody. It was special.
We're getting a lot of nail biters, and we're still losing some time off our life every game, so it's cool, yeah.
We're creating a history of competing in these close games, and we feel pretty comfortable in it. We know when we're down or it's a close game, we're still in a fight, and I feel that coming from all phases.
We can't rest on this, but
I can say this, it's been a minute since your boy won 8. So, but that don't mean that the work is done. The work is just getting started.
And when asked if it's too early to start thinking about playoffs, Caleb Williams said it's fine if fans want to start thinking playoffs, but inside the building, they are focused on the next game, and it's going to come quick as the Bears have a 5-day turnaround before taking on the reigning Super Bowl champion Eagles on Black Friday right here on Fox 32 Chicago. Covering the Bears at Soldier Field, I'm Cassie Carlson, Fox 32 Sports.
Thanks, Cassie. All right, the Bears conversation continues after the news here at 9 p.m. Luke Canellis and I will be joined by Mark Grody from 670 The Score and Herb Howard from the Bigs for Chicago Sports tonight. Then at 10:30, Luke Canellis, Jeff Joniak, and Tom Thayer will bring you a full breakdown of the Bears and Steelers game on Bears Game Night Live. All right, to the ice, Blackhawks hosting the Colorado Avalanche. Second period, no score. Spencer Knight turns the puck over here. Tristan Nielsen shoots, saved, rebound. Comes off Cale Makar, who shoots and scores. Blackhawks lose 1-0. They've now lost 3 straight. College hoops, good finish between Northwestern and South Carolina. Time running out tied at 77. Arrington Page in the paint. Gets the lay-in with under a second left. Wildcats, oh my goodness, they win 79-77. They're 5-1 now. All right, another good finish here. NCAA Field Hockey Championship. Northwestern and Princeton. Game went to sudden death, double OT after a penalty corner. Ilsa Trump shoots, deflected in for the championship winning goal. Oh my goodness, how about that one? Northwestern wins 2-1, their second straight title and their third in the last 5 years. Talk about dominance right there. All right, the Sky have landed the number 5 overall pick in the WNBA draft. DePaul beats Detroit Mercy 95-75. And before we send it to break, we had a very special guest today on Bears Game Day Live. Bears superfan Dave Swirsky has over 100 songs, over 300 videos. His songs always bringing us some comedic relief. He stopped by this morning with a performance, you don't want to forget. Take a listen.
I've lost 12 years off my life. All these stressful games can't take much more. But the Bears, they keep coming true. And they're now in first place too.
Weather Authority.
Companies are rolling out holiday deals on new games and consoles. Eamon Dignam has a look at the top gaming accessories to help you or your favorite gamer level up on the screen.
With the release of the Switch 2 this year, we're looking at a great pro controller for Nintendo's newest generation. The 8-bit DOE Ultimate 2 connects to the console natively, with trigger stops giving you an adjustable depth to pull them down. Great for shooters like Nintendo's latest Metroid game. Paddles on the back really bring this home as a great pro addition to the new Switch. An innovative new mobile controller, Kickstarter-funded OSnap M-Con controller. Mainly used for mobile devices, but can connect to the Switch 2 as well, the magnetic base folds into itself, offering protection of the buttons, magnetically connecting to your phone, and comes apart to hold your phone like a stand. As for the pro gamer, we spoke earlier in the year to the creators of Puck Gaming, another mobile-first option that is more focused on making your touchscreen games feel more natural.
You can basically treat it from that point on as a traditional joystick, except it's working across a flat plane because it's on your phone screen.
And then there's Hyperkin's The Competitor for the Xbox consoles. The gamepad more resembles the PS5 DualSense controller instead of Xbox native one. But its sleek design also lets folks like me who travel between consoles not have to adjust each time. Hall effect thumbsticks, which help combat drifting in-game, and my favorite, paddles on the back. Sony also having a major sale with discounts on the PS5 and PS5 Pros in the triple digits. Xbox has most of their official controllers on sale, while Nintendo is focusing on mostly games. I'll have details on these in the coming weeks on the Fox on Games podcast. In New York, Eamon Dignam, Fox News.
Greektown holding its 10th annual tree lighting ceremony tonight. Santa joined a group of kids in the countdown. The tree illuminated in blue and white, beautiful, representing the colors of the Greek flag. There were live musicians and carolers. People could enjoy free hot chocolate along with Greek sweets. Santa also making the trip to Navy Pier, very busy. He left his sleigh and reindeer at the North Pole. He arrived at the South Dock aboard the Sea Dog speedboat. There he is. Bagpipers greeted Santa after he arrived. Santa then went to Harry Caray's to spend time with kids and families. He's so busy. Now he has to read all of those lists, but he had to make his rounds today, and I know he was warm in that suit.
He was definitely warm in that suit because temperatures today, we ended up topping out in the mid, a couple spots in the upper 50s, made it to 57 degrees in Aurora, 56 at O'Hare, same thing at the Chicago Lakefront, 57 in Gary, 53 in Valparaiso, made it to 55 in Woodstock, and 56 in Waukegan. Here's where we're headed. So tomorrow is going to be slightly cooler than today. We'll have increasing cloud cover through the day tomorrow, adding in some rain showers to your forecast Monday afternoon. That's going to linger through about midday Tuesday. After that, we're going to dry things out for a few days. But temperatures early this week were nice and mild in the 50s. Then Wednesday, that's our transition day. So we're likely going to go in the books with highs in the 40s, but chances are that's actually going to occur before the sun even comes up. And then we're going to spend the daytime hours in the 30s, and we are down to about 10 degrees below average by Thursday for Thanksgiving. That's going to last through this upcoming weekend. So your satellite and radar, things are quiet for now. We're mostly clear to partly cloudy. Increasing cloud cover is expected through your day tomorrow, and then we're going to start to see some showers advancing into the area during the afternoon, and then they're going to increase in coverage going into Monday night and then through midday Tuesday. And it's all because of this cold front that's working its way through. So scattered rainfall through midday Tuesday. After that, we're going to start to dry things out. But this low pressure system coming through, we're going to get those cold winds that wrap around on the backside of that. And that's why temperatures are going to drop pretty drastically going into Wednesday. Now, I know you're probably logging onto social media, for those of you that have it, and seeing all of the headlines about the snow that's going to be possible this weekend. So let's talk a little bit about that. Here's Thursday. If you're traveling on Wednesday, Thursday, or even on Friday, things are totally fine across our region, no issues. But going into Saturday, on Sunday as well, we're likely going to see a system that's at least in the region. And yes, some models are bringing us some accumulating snowfall Saturday and into your day on Sunday. But we're still 6 to 7 days out from the storm system, so there's going to be changes to the forecast. If you do have travel plans, don't change them yet. Just make sure you're staying up to date with the forecast over the next couple of days as we get a little bit closer to this upcoming weekend. But yes, there is a chance that we could be seeing some snowfall over the weekend. 7-day forecast tomorrow, 50 degrees. We have a chance for showers during the afternoon, lingering through the night, halfway through the day on Tuesday. Temperatures on Tuesday still going to be very mild in the mid-50s, low 40s then on Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies for Thursday, Thanksgiving Day itself. We are waking up in the 20s, same thing on Black Friday, and then only warming up into the low 30s. Dawn.
All right, thanks, Emily. Bet you didn't know that there is a cemetery in the middle of a Chicago scrapyard and that there is only one person buried there. We'll tell you more about it in tonight's Monument Moment next.
Goodman.
Did you know that Chicago has a cemetery with only one occupant? And did you know that it's in the middle of a scrapyard? Dane Placco has more in tonight's Monument Moment.
In the middle of an industrial scrapyard on the banks of the Calumet River on Chicago's far southeast side sits a very tiny cemetery. So tiny, in fact, it has just one occupant, Andreas von Zergebel, a one-armed veteran of the Battle of Waterloo. Von Zergebel was born in Bavaria in 1797 and at the age of 18 fought with Prussian forces in the famous Battle of Waterloo. He lost his arm while helping defeat Napoleon's army. In 1854, von Zergebel moved his large family to Chicago and, according to his descendants, purchased 44 acres of land near the mouth of the Calumet River for $160 in gold. He built a small shack on the property and began working as a fisherman, but died only a year after his arrival. Following his wishes, von Zergebel was buried on his property, but the actual ownership of that land became the subject of a long legal battle in the late 1800s, the Illinois Supreme Court eventually ruling that the settler was in fact a squatter, but also ruling his remains could not be moved. Over the last 2 centuries, the marshy area filled in with industry, his grave passing from company to company, surrounded by growing smokestacks and power lines. An old wooden cross marking his resting place was replaced with a stone marker that was damaged in an industrial accident. In 1987, the Eastside Historical Society paid for a new marble gravestone surrounded by concrete blocks to protect it from industrial machinery. Today, in the 9300 block of South Ewing, employees of the scrapyard pull weeds and watch after the one-man cemetery, honoring the memory of a battle-scarred vet whose family battled to keep him here on the land they insist was his.
We'll be right back after the break. Holiday hosts, listen up. A new survey shows your kitchen's MVP this season isn't the turkey, it's butter. A Talker research poll of 2,000 Americans found that 63% say their holiday meals would be doomed if they ran out of butter. When asked which dishes absolutely need butter, respondents pointed to mashed potatoes, dinner rolls, cornbread, sweet potatoes, stuffing, there's so much more. And get this, 70% said they'd make a last-minute grocery run if they ran out of butter. Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
It's in everything.
But really what I want is that like cinnamon butter, like the whipped butter for the rolls.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
That's
dreaming
delish.
of it.
That's delish.
I know. It sounds so good. I already have my rolls that are just like sitting on the counter ready to go.
I would like to talk about how cold this forecast
No
is
problem.
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. You know, it's not going to be the coldest. It's certainly not going to be average, and it's not going to be the warmest. We'll say that. So for this Thanksgiving, we do have dry skies, though. So for those of you that are going to be doing some traveling, you have to be on the road a little bit. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, totally fine. But yes, very cold.
The turkey's trying to stay warm there.
I know, dancing to stay warm. 30s for highs Thursday and Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we do have a chance of snow, Dawn.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, we're here. 'Tis the season. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good Day Chicago starts tomorrow morning at 4:30. You can stream us online as well. Chicago Sports Tonight is up next. Good night.